I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I startled you.
No, it's okay. Here, let me do this. You just felt dirty down here.
I made you drop them. Wow. Look at this. Where did you get these? They're incredible.
Just put them in here, would you?
Warren, I think these are pieces of eight. You know the kind they found on the old Spanish galleons? Am I wrong? Where did you come across these?
Look, I've just been collecting them for years, that's all.
Oh, collecting coins is one thing, but... Well, I don't know much about these. They could be worth a lot of money, couldn't they?
No, it's no big deal, really. I'm just gonna give them to a friend for a birthday present. Here, just put them in here.
Warren, I think these belong in a bank vault.
Well, maybe, but I figured if I keep them in here and nobody knows about them, then nobody's gonna be able to steal them, right? You're not gonna tell anybody, are you?
What? That you have a small fortune in ancient coins tucked away in a strong box?
Look, I really don't want anybody to know about this.
Yeah, it would ruin your image with your lifeguard buddies to know that how rich you really are.
Summer, I mean it. I really need to know that I can trust you.
Of course you can trust me, Warren. I'll tell you what, I'll keep your secret if you take me apartment hunting.
Well, that sounds like a good deal. I mean, especially considering I'd already said that I would take you apartment hunting, but look, you keep joking like this. I'm really serious.
Warren, it is too beautiful a day to be too serious. Smile.
Ясно я? Ясно я. Я йду на Лену звідати його. Піде за мною.
Oh my God. That's him. May I speak to Cece Capwell, please? Cece, it's Santana.
Santana, how are you?
I just want to, I want to know what day is...
What is what?
I just want to see you, that's all.
Well, that's easy enough to remedy.
Tonight?
Dinner?
Sure, yeah. I insist on cooking. We'll have a lovely evening, just the two of us at my place, okay?
Santana, I can't think of anything in this world that I'd rather do.
Great. I'll see you around 8?
Fine.
Okay.
Miss Capwell, I believe this is for you.
What is it?
I can't say. I found it at the door, but there was no one there.
Oh, well, thanks, Pip.
See?
I take my life in my hands to offer you these. But understand, my lady, my aim is to please.
Arnold, whatever are you up to?
Oh, Mother, I didn't hear you come in.
No, that's because I'm a discreet and subtle woman. The last one in the family.
Yes, you're about as subtle as a bull moose.
You're making a mess.
That's one way of looking at it. I prefer to think that I am on a hunt for the Lockridge family fortune. I think I've finally discovered a way to settle our financial problems.
Well, I think I've found some of the answers, too.
Have you? What answers?
Never mind. If I'd kept the family fortunes in my hands where they belonged, all of this wouldn't have happened.
What does that mean?
I've taken charge.
Have you? What kind of charge?
Bull moose charge. Now, I want to know if you'll drive me to La Mesa.
Where's Ambrose?
He's out.
Out where?
He's on an extended vacation in Australia.
What? Well, this is the first I've heard of it.
Well, it isn't very hot news. Now, are you going to drive me or aren't you?
Well, of course I'll drive you there. Why are you going to La Mesa?
I have an engagement.
An engagement at La Mesa?
Yes. I'm meeting someone.
Oh. Well, of course I'll drive you there. I must say, I think we should get a new chauffeur if Ambrose is going to be on an extended period of leave.
A new chauffeur? Well, that's a brilliant idea.
I think it's dark enough now that I can leave.
Yes, it is good now.
Thanks for the shirt. I appreciate it. You've been really helpful, and you're very kind.
I hope everything goes well for you and that you will be safe.
I'll be all right. I know how to take care of myself.
Wait, what is this?
Please,
Chauffeur!
please.
Hello, Kelly.
I'd like to talk to you, please.
Come in.
Look, Augusta, I know we haven't talked very much, but I'm sure you know what happened to Joe.
I heard the news. He drowned trying to escape a cocaine bust. I can't believe that.
No one knows he drowned. How can you say that?
I beg your pardon.
Anyway, somebody set him up. Joe was never involved in drugs.
Well, maybe not when you knew him, but 5 years in prison can change a man.
Oh, yeah, well, Joe didn't change.
Ah, that's right. You knew him a great deal better than I do.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. Look, Augusta, I'm sure you got to know each other a little better. And he told you some things that could be very useful to me.
Useful?
In finding the real killer of my brother.
Ah, well, Kelly, it is so hard to keep track of what side of the fence you're on.
I told you before, Augusta, I believe in Joe.
Well, I didn't know how long that would last.
Forever, all right? As long as Joe can't try to find him himself, I'm going to do it for him.
Noble girl.
I think there are some things he might have told you when you got to know one another that could be very useful to me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's really no chance of that.
What do you mean?
Our relationship was very private. All of it.
Look, Augusta, I know all about your relationship with Joe.
Well, aren't we terribly modern?
I thought you cared about him. I thought you were on his side.
Kelly, I gave him a job because I felt sorry for him. Who else would hire him? That doesn't mean I thought he was innocent.
How can you know him and not think he's innocent?
You knew him and didn't think he was innocent until very recently. Let me warn you about something. You go traipsing around this town asking questions about a subject on an open and shut case from 5 years ago, you're going to get a lot of people very angry.
Why aren't you telling me what you know? What have you got to hide?
Oh, I am so bored with this conversation. And I have nothing to hide.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about Warren? I'm sure he knew some things back when Channing was killed.
What would Warren know about it?
Well, he was there, wasn't he?
Where?
At our house the night Channing was killed.
Well, I can't possibly recall, Kelly. There were so many people there.
Yeah, but not all of them were as difficult to talk to as you.
Evening, Santana.
Mason?
What brings you here? I know it can't be my father since he's out.
I just forgot my notebook. I have a meeting tomorrow on the hotel renovations, so...
Busy, busy, busy.
Look, Mason, I understand how you must feel about me.
Oh, not at all. It's my understanding I'm not feel any way about you whatsoever.
That's not true. We're friends, and we've always been friends.
That depends on how far you want to stretch the definition of friendship.
I understand it must have been a big shock to you to find out, especially on your father's birthday.
Oh, what better time, Santana? Of course, we did have plenty of time when we were alone together to discuss what was going on, but I sort of like your style. Make a public event out of it.
I just want to say I'm sorry. Your father and my relationship kind of crept up on me. I really wasn't in a position to discuss it with anyone.
No explanations needed.
Thank you.
I wouldn't expect too much from this little fling you're having with my father, however.
I don't expect anything.
Oh, good. Some women might. Some women might think that they stood to inherit quite a sight.
I don't like what you're implying, Mason.
You don't? Well, let's drop it then.
You surprise me.
Well, it's just that I think a lot of women have their eye on Dad. Gina DeMott, for example, probably feels about him exactly the same way you do.
I have no exclusive claim on your father.
No, you certainly don't. Therefore, it's well and fair and right that I tell you that you're not the only woman he sees regularly.
I know that her husband just died, and your father's a friend trying to help her out.
Yes, well, we don't always know what goes on behind closed doors, do we? Actually, Gina wouldn't be a bad match for my father. They have similar tastes. They're both accustomed to a certain standard of living.
Oh, and I am the maid's daughter, is that it?
I didn't say that.
Well, you're trying.
Santana, I don't know what you're so fired up about.
I just didn't think you'd stoop that low.
Oh, obviously, Santana, you misunderstood me. I merely said that Gina has a lot to offer my father. She even comes with a ready-made family. Brandon may be adopted, but he's a lovely boy.
Stop twisting your father's concern and support. I would like to help the DeMonts myself.
Really? How generous of you.
It has nothing to do with generosity. I would like to do something. As a matter of fact, I was thinking today that I would like to remember Brandon's birthday. You wouldn't happen to know what day his birthday is, would you?
No, Santana, I don't keep up with things like Brandon's birthday or my neighbors or my secretaries. I have a busy schedule. Now, my father's I celebrated. That was quite enough. Been great talking to you, Santana.
Yes, Los Angeles information, please. I would like the number of the DeMonts. They are in Bel Air. I don't have an exact address. Yes, that's Stockman DeMont. What? Well, this is an emergency. Of course I understand what unlisted means. I've got to have that number. Hello? Hello?
Get rope and tie him up. Sit here.
He knows too much. Kill him.
Let's see. Are we over there? Mother?
This is fine. What are you sitting down for?
I just thought I'd have a drink. My mother will have a glass of dry white wine, and I'll have a very dry, cold vodka martini. Okay?
You're not invited to the party.
I invited myself.
I didn't invite you.
Well, I did. Mean to say I'm not welcome?
Exactly.
At least you let me have a drink.
Now, why?
Mother, what is going on? And what is all this business about you taking over the Lockridge family financial matters and back into your own hands?
I want you to be back here within 2 hours.
Who are you meeting?
A man.
A man. Name?
Nameless.
Oh, a nameless man. Young?
Very.
Handsome?
Very.
What is going on?
Hanky-panky?
No.
Yes.
Mother. You having an affair?
Well, if I were, I wouldn't tell my son. Now go.
Wait. I want some initials here. Initials are what?
This is not a guessing game.
Now, wait a minute. Does this have to do with all those phone calls you've been making from your bedroom?
Yes, now go. You'll be becoming a nuisance.
All right. I'm going. Don't get into any trouble.
Oh,
Oh, excuse me. Could I bother you here? See that lady over there?
Yeah.
She's going to meet somebody here, see? And could you find out who it is and tell me later? Thank you.
No.
What?
I'm not going to spy on anybody. She has a right to her privacy.
What? Huh. That's what she thinks, too. This business of women getting together has got to stop.
Mr. Kepler.
Oh, Reuben. Nice of you to come. Please, have a seat.
Thank you.
I'd like to talk to you. Would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to quit. It's been a long day. You know that old saying about a business that will eventually run itself? Well, don't believe it. That is total nonsense.
Things are going well, I hope.
Yes, very well. Both in business and in my personal life. Reuben, we've known each other now quite a long time. And I think I've always been open and honest to you.
You have.
And so have you to me. And I want you to know that I value that relationship.
Rosa and I both have valued it, too.
I suppose Santana has talked to you about us seeing each other.
Yes, Santana has told me this, and I must be frank and say that I was not happy to hear it. I understand how you feel, both of you. I know that I have a remarkable daughter, one that many men find attractive.
Reuben, let me assure you, it's not because I find your daughter attractive. Not just that. There's much more to it. You see, Santana has brought a light into my life that's been gone ever since Sophia died.
I know it hasn't been easy for you, all these years being alone.
No, it hasn't. But I've grown used to it. I've lived with a kind of grayness, but that's gone. And now I feel 20 years younger.
Mr. Capel, you have two daughters of your own. You must understand my concern.
Well, of course, Reuben. Of course I understand. But Santana's a woman. She's not a child. And she doesn't need your permission or mine to do exactly what she wants to.
Dad, I was wondering if you could help me Oh, Reuben, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there.
No, I must get home.
Well, thank you for dropping by, Reuben.
Reuben, nice to see you.
What is it, Mason?
Well, I've been trying to track Mother down. I was wondering if you'd had any contact with her recently.
Pamela? Not since she sent me that scrapbook for my birthday.
No, I mean other than that.
No, other than that, I haven't heard a thing from her since we got a divorce.
I'm getting a little concerned. You know, the last I knew, she was in Mallorca. She's had a house there for about 10 years. You know how she always calls me on my birthday?
Yes.
Well, I always assumed that the calls were coming from Mallorca. But when I tried to reach her there, they said that she had left for New York, hadn't been there in 2 years. So I tried to track her down there, but didn't have any luck. That means it's been almost a year since I heard from her, and over 6 years since I actually laid eyes on her.
Mason, your mother is very capable of taking care of herself.
Well, yeah, I'm quite aware of that. I'm just curious. I'd like to have some idea of where my mother is. There's got to be some way to find out.
Why do you suppose your curiosity has suddenly become aroused?
Well, that present from you, I don't know. I'd just like to see her again. Is there anything wrong with that?
Well. Two of my favorite men. Want a drink?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
So, somebody tell me about Lionel Lockridge.
Why? What do you want to know?
Oh, I just saw him in a restaurant. Want to know what he's about? You know, his hair's kind of wavy and all.
His mind is wavy, too.
Well, he's eccentric and underhanded, and I suspect a womanizer.
Suspicion confirmed.
He likes to think of himself as an intellectual, so he collects bizarre things from all around the world. He's very knowledgeable about extremely rare and insignificant arcane trivia.
He's completely useless as a businessman, totally incompetent.
In short, he's a drone and a charlatan. Does that answer your question?
Totally. But I would like to make a toast. Mason,
Oh,
make a toast.
I'm sorry, to what?
To Capwell Enterprises, may it ever prosper.
Ah, I'm delighted to drink to that.
Cheers.
Now, what brought that toast about?
Well, I figured I should wish the family business well, since I'm thinking of investing my entire future into it.
What's this?
Well, I've decided, that is, if you think I'm worthy, I would like to go to work for Capwell Enterprises.
Well, this is news.
But I want to do it my way. I want to find out where the business has been, where it's going. I want to work from the bottom and work my way up. I don't want to be uninformed about anything.
Bravo! That's the way to do it.
Certainly the way to win the patriarch's approval.
Eden, I have to say I'm very excited about that.
Well, I figured as far as business matters go, I certainly can't learn better than right in my own backyard.
Well, you could be an enormous help to me. I work very long days just to stay on top of things.
Really?
Yes, in fact, something came in today that you might be very interested in.
Oh?
Come, let me show you something. I've been doing business with a German company as of late. And you might recall, a few years ago in Bavaria, I introduced...
Oh, what? He's cool.
Yes.
I remember him too, Dad. Short fellow with a mustache, sneezed a lot, kept forgetting my name.
Hello?
Peter, it's Mason. I want to talk to you.
All right, talk.
In person.
Okay, Mason.
Tonight.
Oh, well, you must be having a change of heart about the information I have.
If I wanted to talk to you on the phone, Peter, I wouldn't be arranging to meet with you tonight now, would I?
Do you know, I am so excited about moving here. I wake up in the morning and I still can't believe it. Living so close to the ocean.
Yeah, we've got the ocean. We've got the ocean and the mountains and good weather.
Wonderful people.
And wonderful people. Some wonderful people, some not so. Look, were you talking to Kelly Capwell earlier today? I thought I saw the two of you guys together.
Yes, we spent some time together. She's terrific, isn't she?
Well, I really don't know her all that well.
Oh, she's really nice. I hope to get to know her better. I liked her immediately.
Yeah, well, some people say nice things about her. I, for one, haven't been overly impressed.
Well, you know, she stayed with Gina right after her husband died. And she gets along great with Brandon, my nephew.
Well, it looks like you guys have a lot in common then, a lot to talk about, probably.
Yeah, we did have a lot to talk about. You, for example.
Me?
Sure.
Well, I'm sure you could have come up with a more scintillating topic of conversation if you'd tried.
No, I don't know.
Well, what did you talk about?
Well, we talked about how we first met and how I got to know you better after you burned your hand.
No, wait a minute. Why did you have to bring that up?
Well, I didn't have to bring it up. It just came up.
You see, the thing is, Summer, I'm a real private kind of person.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't like my business being discussed by every yo-yo that comes walking through this snack bar.
Are you upset?
Look, the thing is, I just like to think of you as a person that I can trust with, I don't know, confidential matters.
You can't trust me, Warren.
Is that I might tell you that I wouldn't want Kelly Capwell or anyone else to know.
Are there things you might tell me that I wouldn't dream of telling Kelly Capwell or anyone else? Like your coins, for example. I wouldn't tell anyone about them because you asked me not to.
Well, you just have to be very careful. I mean, if Kelly Capwell really wanted to get some information out of you, she could pay for that.
Pay me? Why in the world would she do that? What are you talking about?
She just could, okay?
Well, she probably could, but she wouldn't.
Look, for all I know, she could have paid you to get me drunk tonight so she could find out everything about our family secrets, okay?
Family secrets? Ward, I don't know where you at or what you're talking about.
I'm talking about family secrets that go all the way back to her brother, okay?
Ward, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I really don't give a damn. I'll see you when you're sober.
That's him.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Miss Lockridge.
Lady in the hat, right on the way.
You the party with whom I'm to have the pleasure of dining?
I'm Mrs. T. MacDonald Lockridge. You sit down. Mr. Barnaby Wallace.
It's Brick. A nickname.
Brick.
Look, I know you're the person who's been, researching my life, talking to people I've worked for, talking to people at UCLA. I don't have the vaguest idea what your particular game is, but I don't like it.
Well, if you've never... How do you know you don't like it if you've never played it?
I don't like anybody snooping into my private life.
I don't snoop.
You don't snoop?
No.
Then why is it that when I called UCLA about taking some courses, if I had enough money, the registrar office said that someone wanted a copy of my transcript? Some unknown and, in my opinion, snooping party.
But you refused to let that party see your transcript?
That's right, I refused.
Yes, but I don't know why, because your grades were so good.
How do you know my grades if I refused?
Well, you took varied courses, chemistry, medieval history, and weren't you interested in some primitive tribes in South America? No, let's see. Oh, that was before you went to UCLA, back when you were at McGill in Montreal. I never understood why you left that university in London. It's such a beautiful town. And Montreal is so cold. But then you must have discovered that, because you only stayed there a year.
Those are notes on me?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the story here? I mean, why do you do all this?
I'm just a very curious woman.
You're talking about my private life. Who do you think you are? You've got no business knowing all this. Listen, just tell me one thing, will you?
Certainly.
What am I doing here? What do you want?
Well, I want to talk to you about something very important. I need a new chauffeur.
Hey, Mom. Mom.
How much have you had to drink?
Looky here. Now, you know, and I know, that way back in the antediluvian age, I took it upon myself to steal some things from the Capwells. They're all right here in this little box. Want to see?
You still have that stuff. Why didn't you get rid of it?
Let me see if I can fit this little key into this little lock. Okay.
Give it to me.
Nope. No. Let's see if it'll work. There we go. You see this one here? This is an 1884 Double Eagle. It's worth about, 55 grand. Whoops. They love this one, too. And this one, and this one, and this one. Oh, and I dropped it. That one over there. They say it's from a Spanish galleon. Some old pirate probably stole it. Arr, arr, arr.
Warren, stop. Warren, you are in no condition. Please, you're dropping them.
I already dropped the whole box. I dropped the whole box right in the snack bar. Coins everywhere.
You saw them. Did anyone else see them?
Summer Blake. Summer Blake saw them. She helped me pick them up, each and every one.
Summer Blake is a good friend of Kelly's.
Bosom buddies, I understand. Bosom buddies.
Warren, pull yourself together. You are going to ruin your life. You're ruining this entire family. Warren,
all by myself? No help from you or Papa?
Stop it. Stop it. No one's going to know about this. Just you and me.
What about Summer Blake, Mom? Don't forget about Summer Blake, huh?
You're very excited about tonight, aren't you, darling?
Oh, I am. Mama, can you keep a secret?
I've kept quite a few.
I'm not certain, but I think that Gina DeMont's son is my boy.
What?
He's adopted.
I can't believe that's true.
Well, you know how Cece's very loving with him and concerned, and he's always...
Even so.
Well, I could be wrong, but I am going to find out.
Tonight, when Cece comes?
I certainly hope so.
Please, don't push to find out, darling.
Of course I will, Mama.
Even if it's true, you'd know that he's well cared for, happy, healthy. That's enough, beloved.
That's not enough for me, Mama.
Oh, I've stayed longer than I meant to.
Well, hello, love. Oh, hello, Rosa.
Welcome. Come on in.
Excuse me, I was just leaving.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, darling. Cece.
Goodbye. Well, there are no secrets anymore, and I'm glad. You know, I might have done this in front of Rosa if I hadn't seen her. Then I would really have to confront Reuben.
Yes, Mason?
Peter.
Did I startle you? You must have been deep in your own thoughts. Was there anything particular you were thinking about?
Well, as a matter of fact, there was.
Oh, well, maybe you'd like to find out what I know about your father.
Perhaps.
Well, perhaps I'll tell you. That depends.
Your asking price, I believe, Peter, was $230,000. Now, there's nothing you could possibly know, Peter, that could be worth that kind of money.
Well, in that case, I guess it's worth it to me to keep it to myself, Mason.
Now, I'm willing to give you something, not that kind of money, but a promise.
Oh, promise. Terrific, Mason.
I'm willing to help you with whatever trouble you're in. You'll give me the names of the people that are trying to blackmail you. I'll see to it, do whatever's in my power to get them taken off the streets, out of circulation, out of your way. If there's any legitimate and believable reason I can do that, of course.
Is that what you called me over here about?
That's right.
Forget it, Mason. I want money. The bottom line is money.
I need to talk to you.
Yes, my dear.
I need your full concentration.
Oh, you forget, my dear, that I can concentrate fully on at least 2 things at a time, sometimes 3. You care to experiment a little bit?
Lionel, I'm serious. There are some family problems coming up, and we're going to have to be prepared for them.
Well, I'm already 1 step ahead of you. I'm in the process, even as we speak, of settling those family problems.
With 200-year-old maps, you're going to settle family problems?
No, the chart is actually 100 years old. And yes, that's right. I'm going to solve all the family problems myself.
Why can't I once, just once, have a serious conversation with you?
I'm being serious.
I have to talk to you about our son.
What about our son?
He's out of control.
I am not sure who's out of control in this family, but I've got to pick up Mother. I'm late, and she's going to boil me in oil.
So, how is Gina DeMont? Has she gotten settled in yet?
Yes, I think she's fine.
And that cute little boy of hers? I bet he really misses his father.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, it's so sad. You know, I understand you spending all of your time with him. He must miss having a man around the house. I'm sure Gina does, too.
Santana, I think it's time we make something crystal clear. Gina DeMott is a wonderful woman. In fact, she's an outstanding person. But there is a woman in this world who is much more important to me. You. Now, I care about Gina and her son Brandon. And her husband was a good friend of mine. But that's as far as it goes.
I knew that. I just
temporarily forgot.
Can't believe it. I can't believe it. My mother may actually be having an affair with a younger man.
You don't really believe that.
Believe it. I went to pick her up at La Mesa, and the waitress said she'd gone off with a young man. What am I supposed to believe? I mean, I was kidding her before about having an affair, but I was only joking. I thought she'd actually do it.
Lionel, I need to talk to you.
I mean, that woman never ceases to amaze me, I'll tell you that.
I don't give a damn about your mother.
What? Augusta.
I'm terrified.
Sit down. Come on. What are you talking about?
I know that Warren robbed the Catwells just before Channing was killed. And I somehow have a feeling that he was involved in the murder.
What are you talking about?
All evidence points to it.
Have you gone completely crazy? You're talking about our son.
I know, but I'm telling you, Lionel, all sorts of things have been happening.
Wait just a minute. You need a rest, you know that? Your mind has left your body.
I know this is hard to talk about.
Hard? No, Augusta, it's impossible. It is absolutely impossible. I'm not going to discuss this, and that is the last time that I ever want to hear you talk that way about our son.
I've had just about enough, Peter. Now, I don't know where you're coming up with your figures, but they're unrealistic, to say the least.
Well, I don't know where you're coming up with your figures, Mason, because $10,000 is peanuts. I don't think we have anything more to discuss.
All right. I'll lend you $50,000 at 10% interest. That's it. Take it or leave it. I don't have a minute more to discuss this.
75.
Have a nice day, Peter.
All right, Mason. I'll take it.
Good. I'll have papers drawn up tomorrow morning. Now tell me just what it is that I've bought, Peter. It better be good.
Oh, just a little piece of information that you might be able to use in the future.
Which is?
Which is that your father arranged for Gina and Stockman to secretly adopt Brandon. Oh, they went outside the ordinary channels, Mason. Wonder where the child came from. Wonder whose it is. Wonder why your father is so interested in him and why he wants to maintain secrecy about his whole involvement. Maybe you should have a blood test run on the kid. Find out.
Brandon, is that you?
Yes?
This is a friend of yours, Santana Andrade.
Oh, hi. You want to talk to my mommy?
No, I wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
How are you?
Fine.
You know, I was thinking about you today, and I was wondering, what day is your birthday?
August 21st?
August 21st. Well, that's a wonderful day to have a birthday. I'm going to send you a present, okay? Bye. That's my son.